Oh, there it is.
Oh no, not you.
Okay.
Me. My phone's being weird.
Okay. So we are live and we're here to discuss The Walking Dead, Season 8, Episode 7, Time for After, the Eugene-centric episode that no one asked for.
Right. Right. He
So
was doing a lot in last night episode, honestly.
he was. And nothing that he did really made any sense to me. I mean, I know that he is a survivalist and that he's just looking out for himself, but all he had to do was just like wait, and then Rick's group would come in and he would be fine. So he could have just did that, but he decided that he wanted to be proactive and try to get the zombies away.
Well, while that's true, I think Eugene didn't want to see anyone else die, regardless of what side of the line they were on. That scene when Daryl crashes the truck into the sanctuary, like he looked like that was like a total PTSD moment, and he was seeing people getting eaten, and I definitely think that spurred him into further action. But I think Eugene's ultimate goal is not only to just survive, but to keep the death count as low as possible. So I don't think that makes him a bad person. Um, I can sympathize with that, especially since those workers haven't done anything wrong. Like I get hating the saviors, but the workers, they're just trying to live too.
But I mean, I didn't think Rick's plan was targeting the workers.
Oh no,
So,
it wasn't Rick at all.
so
It's his whack ass team. I'm like I'm just so. This episode made me really angry, and not for reasons you'd probably think. Like I just don't understand why they couldn't stick to Rick's plan, or notice the fact that he'd been gone for way too long. Like no one went to check on him to see if something happened to him.
Hearing you
Um,
say that,
yeah.
I am totally on board with that. I was like, they had 2 days, and there is no one left to go find him or save him or whatever they were supposed to do. Meet him at the rendezvous. And
mhm.
Rick's left to see the walker, well, no walkers at the very end of the episode. So he's like, what the fuck did you guys do?
It, I Now, I'll say one thing about the saviors. At least they can follow the rules. If they lay out a plan, they'll stick to it. I don't know what Daryl's problem is, or Tara, but especially Daryl. Like we've seen what happens when he's impulsive more than once, and it usually ends up with one of his people dying. So
Right.
it just made me really angry that I rooted for Rosita in this episode, because she was the only person with any damn sense out there. Like,
I know. Like,
you know,
I can't believe
I
this.
was why is she the one that's saying I believe in Rick Grimes? Like,
yes, yes,
why did they
exactly.
make her say that? I was so upset.
Wait, why?
Because she saw Sasha die, apparently. That was like so traumatic for her that she just completely changed her whole outlook.
Right, but then she's the one that says I believe in Rick Grimes.
Right.
I love that.
No. I
I love that it
didn't.
was said, but not that she said it.
Not by her. Right. Thanks, Char.
Right.
Right.
But why?
I feel like Michonne shouldn't have stayed on board with that plan for as long as she did.
No,
I think she should have stopped it.
Right.
She should have like smacked Daryl upside his head,
Well,
because that was the smart thing to do.
what's crazy is that that's literally the conversation she and Daryl had back in season 4 about the governor. It's like usually Michonne is the voice of reason, and she really dropped the ball. Like she dropped it really fucking hard in this episode. Like I was not pleased. And you're right. You're right. It should have been not Rosita saying I believe in Rick Grimes, but I still believe in the sentiment. Like I'm glad someone said it.
Right.
I'm glad someone said I'm gonna go sit my ass home and wait, which is the plan. So
I like that Rosita said it because it shows growth, unlike some other people. Like,
Yeah.
it showed that she actually learned something from people dying. Whereas Daryl, who sat in a cage eating dog food and crying for however long, is still stupid enough to really be out here and not following plans so that other people don't get killed. So I appreciate that they gave that to Rosita at least, because I guess Daryl
She
can't learn
needed
lessons.
something, I guess.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But I'm just like, damn, Michonne, come on.
Well, I mean, she obviously believes in Rick Grimes, but I'm glad they had someone else besides his girlfriend say it. It's Maggie's line in the comics, so that was interesting change.
It was who?
Michelle,
Maggie,
Oh, Maggie said that in the comics?
yeah.
Okay.
I think she kind of
Under
said
completely
it.
different circumstances, though.
I don't even remember. It was around this point, and she was trying to convince people to follow Rick. So
Okay.
don't they kind of have that conversation in Alexandria with Deanna in the town meeting or whatever? Like it kind of something to that effect kind of occurs, and with Stone and Abraham specifically, I can't recall who else, but they specifically vouch for Rick to the other people. But it's kind of sad that his own people now are faltering so hard. Like I mean, I
and
get
I don't
when.
understand why. Like, what changed so drastically other than losing the kingdom that you need to do this right this second when you have a plan that's working? I do not get it.
Also, I'm sorry. I don't read the spoilers, but I know like when Rick showed back up, someone actually posted on my Facebook because I wrote about this, but someone actually said, you know, no, someone said this on YouTube. It was messed up that Dwight and Tara don't even bother to warn Rick, like they changed the plan entirely. He's just rolling up like, oh, everything's going how I expect it's going, and he's totally blindsided with the garbage people behind him. Like that's not cool either. Like if you don't, I get people not wanting Rick to talk to the garbage people, but the fact is they knew that that was what he was gonna do, and they just let him roll up in there looking like a fool.
Like, he
Right.
literally
The
could have
enemy
been
behind him.
killed if they had been outside. That's so stupid. They all gotta die.
Yep.
Daryl and Rick are not on the same kill everybody, and Rick wants to still redeem some people that are saviors, and that's going to continue to be a problem until they address it.
Well, they tried to address it and failed, which is like at that point you can't just go ahead and go along with the plan without informing Rick, because you got to get him killed or somebody by not even mentioning, hey, don't go over there because they might be loose.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so stupid. I hate Daryl.
And what was Daryl's purpose? Like ramming
Going
the
through man
truck?
pain.
In a way, I can agree with Daryl in the sense that where Rick is trying to redeem some, he's assuming that some people are slaves or workers and they don't deserve to go down with the ship. Daryl is basically saying they're complicit, so they all go down. But the way he's doing it, is going to sort of serve his purpose. People are going to get killed inside that compound. And Rick and Trash Lady were unaware when they arrived, but it's sad that Rick has to stay on top of Daryl to keep him in check. Anytime he leaves him, he just does what he wants to do. I think Rick should exile him.
Hold on.
Yes, no, he should, because it does not make sense that he can't follow directions.
Right.
Hold on.
Hold on for what?
Let's think about this for a minute here.
Yeah, you should think about it and think about how many people Daryl's getting killed.
It's like Daryl. Okay, for a minute, you guys forgot last week. People.
No, I didn't forget nothing. Daryl got Glenn killed.
These slaves were just saying they were just saying thank God for Negan. They were just saying thank God for Negan.
Yeah.
So?
And
yeah.
That's neither here nor there, though. They still haven't done anything wrong.
And that wasn't even Rick's full argument. He's saying if these people aren't fighters, don't turn them into fighters by trying to blow them up.
Well, making them choose by having those walkers around them.
Did it work for them back in season 4? when he brought in people from Woodbury? Did it benefit anybody? Half of them got sick.
But they didn't hurt them.
Yeah, that wasn't that would happen.
You know what? Daryl will do whatever Daryl will do. Obviously, it's not good for the group, but at least he didn't kill any of his people.
He got
Glenn killed.
Thank you. Let's not ever forget.
Okay, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
This is the second time he's doing this man pain thing, and it's really getting old.
But I still don't even understand how ramming a truck into the sanctuary
I need to think on this a little bit longer.
No, you don't. We have the answers. Daryl needs to go.
And I'm sorry, what?
We have the answers, and it said Daryl needs to go.
I just want to say
that's you. I need to think on it.
Trust me, I am right. Trust me.
In addition to
well, the thing is this here, in my opinion, of course, Rick is not in the military, so Negan still gets all the blame because he killed Abraham, and they just doing stuff. But if Rick's plan was to wait them out,
but nobody knows what the plan was.
And Daryl's plan, Daryl knew that. Daryl knew that.
They're supposed to wait.
And Daryl's plan is to kill as many people as possible. They are not on the same page, and time.
Yeah, I think
I'm so sorry. If you guys agree that he is not the boss, then he should not be making boss moves. They can redeem this by killing Daryl. Nick.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That is the only way I'll accept this plotline.
You know what? This is well, obviously, I still have a soft spot for Daryl.
But why?
I just want to point out, when everyone thinks about Daryl, getting Glenn killed, they think about the Negan punch, which is true. But let's backtrack a little bit, because the whole reason why Glenn was even out there was because Daryl ran off half-cocked.
Because he was crying over Denise for no reason. He didn't even know that lady.
Exactly.
Oh
Exactly. Least let's not forget. Yes, it's all yes.
He needs to talk to a therapist until he gets some
help.
He can't.
Let us remember, no one didn't need to go after Daryl.
Okay, but on top of that, he also was talking about they could take care of the saviors because he wanted a cow. And he's the only one that met the saviors, talking about we can handle it. He didn't mention he had an RPG, and that's the only reason they didn't die. Like, this is all Daryl's fault. All of it.
He did. He hit the first domino with the sledgehammer. Like, that's true.
And there is redemption in death. We know this, ladies. This
is why he should have been Lucille. Like, oh my God.
I don't think
there's redemption in death.
I don't think he needs to die. I just think he needs to get his shit together. Like,
I mean, it's an option. You don't have to.
He needs a spanking.
It would be great if he did, though.
He does. Yeah.
Well,
I'll take either.
Daryl is not going anywhere. So
this is true.
That is likely, but I'm just saying.
But he should.
That should be on the table.
If they were interested in writing a good show, he would.
And they have officially stopped writing good shows since season 4. So,
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, everything went downhill as far as writing after 5B. So maybe 5A, we'll give it up for 5A. But to me, everything got very confusing when they started doing these filler episodes where certain character has TV time instead of balancing out 4 different characters in the 42 minutes of that episode.
That started in season 4. I'm glad.
And that's what I said. Everything went downhill. Season 4.
I thought season 4 was great. But I just feel like right now they have no clue what to do with all these characters. Like how to juggle them. I appreciate that Rick has been in every episode, but it's still basically bottle episodes. They just threw in Rick so we wouldn't hate it as much.
Am I enjoying the season? I still like the cheese. So I liked all the episodes so far.
Oh gosh.
I think it's been more balanced because we haven't had like bottle episodes. So like we do get to see more of the
Others.
characters.
Yeah.
But at the same
They're not
time,
going anywhere.
they're all doing like stupid things. So the writing is terrible.
Like I just feel like nothing's happening. Like I really liked the episode with Ezekiel and when Shiva died. Other than that, I don't know.
I found that problematic, actually. I'm still mad about how that went down. I didn't think it made any sense.
I mean, that didn't make sense, but the episode
We're gonna
as a
find
whole
problems
did
with
like
the
that.
episodes because we always talk about, how their means don't justify their ends most of the time. So it's just the way they do.
Most of the time.
But for Eugene lovers, it was like
Who?
What was that?
I don't know, some people like Eugene. I don't know who likes him, but I mean he's on the show, he has some fans.
No, I had a hard time on the fact that they're giving him all these big words and he sounds like a dumbass.
That's his spiel. He just rambles.
That's how he
and
talks,
people have to tolerate that.
No,
like
I think they just need
Oh.
to stop that and stop making him sound like he's an intelligent person when he's not. He's not a scientist.
Well, that's not entirely
He's
fair.
Just
he a
a
scientist?
simple science teacher.
Or he's just smart.
Yeah, he might not be a
He has
scientist.
He
has
is
some
smart.
skills.
He knows how
But
to
I
make
did
bullets.
like-
Where? Show me the
He knows how to
smartness.
repair
Oh,
CD
come on.
players.
Bullets.
Yeah, he.
Speaking of Eugene, I didn't like that this was, concentrated on him. Well, it's a little left and right on that one. I didn't really like that they concentrated on him because at the end he was just determined to be a savior, but he didn't tell on Dwight, so that gives him some kind of redeeming quality. But I didn't like the fact that despite Eugene being so smart, no one in the Savior compound tried to save them themselves. You shouldn't rely on one person at any time to be your savior. It should be a group effort. So I didn't like that. They're putting all the pressure, all the smarts on one person.
Well, while it's true they should have had like a group think tank or something. I'm sorry, everyone's just not a thinker. Everyone's not a leader.
But the lieutenants, when they came together, don't just shut down the ideas. Come up with a better idea, and that's what they did. He did shut down Regina's idea in an earlier episode.
That's because it was dumb.
I got that part, but what I'm saying is have another alternative. Just being able to say no is cute, but we have to be effective. What choices do we have now? And I think maybe that sound system he mentioned may be how they save themselves next episode. But I really don't like them relying just on him, though. I know he's the only one that makes the bullets. That is his thing. All those people in that compound are survivors up until now. So you don't want to rely on just Eugene to figure out how to save you guys.
Well, I'll agree.
But didn't he give the recipe to making bullets to Rick?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. But they don't have the equipment, so it's like whatever. But I'll agree to the point that I think if
half-assed right now, so
if Eugene had told the whole group, like, hey, I have this idea, then Dwight could not have thwarted that plan. So I will agree that it should have been a group discussion. Because if they knew what Eugene was going to do, then obviously Dwight couldn't have gone up behind him and shot it down.
And a lot of missteps, because as easily as Dwight shot the kite, he could have pushed Eugene off the ledge. I mean, there is always an option for either one of those characters to go on and get to a final resolution, but the writers didn't decide to go that route.
Why didn't Dwight shoot Eugene?
Well, people would be like, why would you shoot Eugene?
He's not
I don't know. I think
he
he'd get in trouble for that.
Oh, he would.
Just say
like there'd be some questions if
he's clumsy. He's clumsy.
I don't know about that.
He's clumsy. You didn't see
Dwight is in a
you didn't see him
tenuous
drop the
situation
pickles?
already.
You didn't see him drop the pickles? Oh,
no, I don't pay attention. But I was really hoping Dwight didn't shoot him because I'm like, how are you going to explain this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
But I
Dwight
mean,
was like
shooting the
telling it's going
planes,
down. I like that.
wouldn't someone have heard that? Like,
Oh
Well,
yeah,
luckily
how?
for
but they're
Dwight,
distracted too.
Been
luckily
smart.
for Dwight, Tara was shooting at the same time. Basically, he lucked out.
Okay.
I mean, he could have explained that. Been like, I was shooting
Everybody's inside. People looking. So yeah.
Although Eugene got his ass on tape though.
That's what that
Huh?
was.
Yeah, he was recording it. He was.
Oh yeah, he can use it as yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
But
I
I mean,
completely
Eugene wouldn't even need a recording of him to just, say Dwight is the traitor.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need
The
any
red
evidence.
paint
All he
is
has to do
enough.
is say.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't, but I think with Negan, he would want proof more than just someone talking. I think,
I
especially
think
since
Negan is stupid to trust him in the first place. Like, why would you trust Dwight after everything you've done to him?
Yeah, I mean, it could be an ego thing, And until
Probably
proven
is.
otherwise, I say people, and you have to be on board with me. And his ego won't allow him to see anything else until it's right in his face.
I'm curious to see how that goes down because I don't know.
I guess it's the same as Dwight trusting Daryl won't shoot him eventually. I mean, I think
it's just like Rick trusting the trash people because
that's
trash.
stupid.
Oh my god,
That's trash. That's trash.
That is trash. I don't understand.
Why do we need another fight? Why do we need another battle royal? We
What?
need a Rick in his underwear. Okay, I get that for the fans. Okay, let's see Rick in his underwear.
No.
But besides that, why?
I don't even think
we
that
need
was all
any of
that.
this stuff?
I didn't think that was sexy. He looked kind of like Daryl Dirty there.
Oh,
I actually like it.
No,
I mean, no,
has
I
all
liked
that
it.
curls. That's
Sweaty. I'm good at that.
cute.
That's. Well, you gotta understand. He's a sweaty guy.
He sweats a lot. I just want to say, I was particularly pleased when he gave Jadis that look when she was like, "I'll sculpt you naked," basically. And he was looking like, "Bitch, please." That face he made was priceless. I loved it.
Don't play with me. I loved it. That's the only part I liked about it.
He was so disgusted. I loved every second of that.
I did not like he was talking out in her face. And
he does that with literally everybody.
Okay. I didn't like that.
I don't like that he be there at all, but since he is, I'm glad he got to fight me.
Yeah. Now, ladies, maybe you guys help me with this. What was Rick wanted to leave the walkers out in the yard surrounding the
what?
Lost you.
What was how was he going to use the trash people? Because when he got there, everything had already, transpired with Daryl's plan. But what was Rick's plan? To show up on the other side of the walkers and do what?
Kill Negan.
Get them to surrender.
I guess a show of force.
That was a power move. Showing up like like if he showed Negan's lieutenants, look, I've converted the trash people. You guys are surrounded.
Yeah.
You have no supplies. Just surrender. That was what he was going for. Which Gavin was ready to surrender before they even shot up. Talking about, can we take a timeout?
Gavin was not here for this. He's like, I ain't signed up for this. I signed up to just handle drop-offs and pickups.
Yep.
Exactly.
Not everyone wants to be in the
simplest way possible.
Yeah.
Not everyone's cut out to be in the trenches, and that's very true. And I think that would have been a smart move. It's just unfortunate that his key people can't fall in line. Even Michonne, to the point where I know I didn't talk with you guys last week, but I don't understand.
Antsy pants,
Huh?
And Antsy pants. She could have stayed still.
Yeah. Yes. Who is watching Alexandria right now? Tobin?
Nobody. I told you, Tobin and Scott. Tobin and Scott in the ring.
Nobody.
Right? None of his people stayed behind. Like not Carl, not Michelle, not Rosita, not Daryl. Nobody. Like that makes
Well,
no sense to
Ashley
me.
said they may be using that as a way to get everybody a way to do something, big, like blow it up or attack it again or something.
We already know they're back home by the time Negan gets there, so I really don't know what that is.
I know who's babysitting Judith this whole time. Who's her babysitter? Like Father
The
Gabriel's
redhead lady.
Judith is 16.
Who?
She's 16.
No, you did not.
We're really gonna see her and be like, "Who is this?"
My name is Judith.
He's just grown child.
But yeah, it is a redhead lady watching her.
Really?
I don't even know her name.
Some random. Okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Like I know it's the apocalypse, but you just can't have any old body watching your kids. Like, come on.
Thank you.
Apparently, you can.
So terrible.
Like this is how Negan ended up with your baby. I cannot believe they left her alone again.
Yep.
These
That
people.
was scared him.
That one was on Michonne. Rick left for work again, and then she couldn't sit her ass down and left.
And then Carl, like, who? Why don't they care about this baby?
They don't care about Shane Jr.
They're like, it's not even ours.
Oh my god.
So I wonder if they're going to come back to some of the things they started on in season 7. Like we never got clear resolution of if the tainted pigs would do anything to him, and Eugene still has one more kill pill. I wonder will he use that on Father Gabe?
We also didn't know if Guts would get you sick until 2 seasons later. So
Oh
we
yeah,
got a little bit of time.
Just Father Gabe. He has
He's a
sensitive man. He's a sensitive man. That's all.
I'll just say this.
He's a lightweight.
I gotta go, but those walkers by the sanctuary are like toxic or something. Like they're infected with like chemicals or some crap like that. So that's probably part of it. And Negan has an immune been there. That's who like Carol and they've been showing those kind of messed up walkers this season.
That's true. They showed one in the first episode.
Yeah, I think they're a different kind of walk. They're not just dead and rotting. They have something else, like some kind of radioactive, I don't know, something.
So why?
Thank you for trying, Jill. Thank you for trying.
What did you say, Kay?
So why didn't Negan get sick?
She
said he's immune.
Since his balls are made of steel.
Well,
Okay.
he's
bulletproof.
I don't know. I honestly.
Well, he mentioned some saviors have gotten sick. That's why he says it to Father Gabriel.
Wait, he said what to Father Gabriel?
He said, "Have you ever been sick from it? Like it happens. Like they have a conversation." He says
I
that.
thought he's just asking if anyone had ever gotten sick. I don't know. I don't listen to him.
He said some of his people have gotten sick from it, and Father Gabriel says, "I'm from Georgia" or something flippant like that. So, but I'll see you guys next Monday for the season finale.
Season finale, okay.
Probably die or something.
Did you guys like the fact that they tell us to look out for next episode?
No. Why would they do that?
I didn't either. I didn't like that.
That's so stupid. Because if it's not a good cliffhanger,
to have a good crowd. That's crazy.
They're so desperate. But if it's not a good cliffhanger or whatever it is, you sound stupid. And if it is, you just ruined it. Like, oh my god.
I mean,
all right, bye, Jill.
Right.
Thanks, Jill.
See you next week.
I don't get that.
It makes no sense.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it live, but I heard about it. I was like, wow. Come on, you guys.
I mean, it basically just confirmed for me what's going to happen. But the fact that they did that is just so silly.
Wait, what did they do?
In the preview for next week, at the end of it, they're like, make sure you watch live for the jaw-dropping moment that everybody's going to be talking about. I'm like, why would you say that?
Oh, okay.
And then they said Chris Hardwick repeated it or something. So it's like
several times.
Classless. That's so classless.
It's desperate.
And it is desperate.
It sounds really cheesy.
I don't know.
Lordy.
I don't
Lordy.
understand so many of their decisions.
When it's all said and done, those executives are the ones to pay for this because they the ones that, authorize some of this nonsense and
I
push
feel
it.
like they're the reason for a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they push this. This is craziness.
Like, can you imagine HBO being like, make sure you watch Game of Thrones next week? Like, everybody's not going to do that anyway.
Exactly. It's the truth.
Make a good show and we'll watch it.
Exactly. And if it's water cooler talk and they don't see it, that makes them rush to go see it.
Exactly. Like, they used to do this so easily. I don't understand why they're acting like they don't know how to make a TV show anymore.
If next week proves their point, I mean, it's sad. It's like a cycle. They do something crazy, we follow it, and they keep on doing crazy stuff. Oh my goodness. That is, yeah, I didn't. What I heard, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But they didn't say it was a death. They just said a jaw-dropping moment. So, it could be anything.
I'm concerned about what their definition of a jaw-dropping moment is. Though.
Yeah, because they thought all I war was what was up, and it has not been. So
this is so true.
They may need to have someone that it may be time for a conversation. So, guys, have you guys been noticing how they're putting pieces of the comic inside the episodes? Some people are saying it's foreshadowing and stuff. But,
what do you mean?
They were saying when King Ezekiel made a comment about when that David Koresh guy was telling King Ezekiel about putting his head on a pike.
Yeah.
Then in this episode, when Rick came to the compound, to the Savior's compound, that sniper that was dead, that reflects Gabriel's death in the comic. Stuff now, maybe that'll mean they will do a remix for their actual deaths.
Hold on.
It would be a little crazy to show it again. He dies when the second big bad comes in, and it's like a herd, and he slips and falls, and that's how he looks in the comic. He fell while he was trying to go up to the tower. But they show it now, so that's the question. Now that they've shown it, for those who want to see the comic come to life, maybe they'll give him something different. And that's why I said maybe now that they've shown it, and we're not going to get that death with Gabriel. Maybe he will get the pill from Eugene, or maybe he will be, saved, and later on they'll kill him some other way. It sort of allows for a little creativity if they're gonna show you what they put in the comic, so premature to the way the storyline unfolds in the comic.
Or it's just an Easter egg or a nod to the comic books. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a foreshadowing of anything.
It could be.
It could be either one. Like, we literally have no idea.
You said the
I
writers
guess we'll have to wait and see. And
well, they probably don't either.
At this point, I really don't care because I'm really sick that they're just incorporating so much of the comic into the show.
Yeah.
It's just making everything. It's getting really.
It's taking away the
I guess
fun.
it's just really disjointed. Whereas in the comics, when things happen the way they did, they kind of make sense. But now they're just inserting things randomly, so it doesn't really make as much sense.
Like, it just doesn't translate to TV well.
What does that mean? No, I'm saying why are they showing us this stuff early? If it's foreshadowing, that's fine. But then if it is foreshadowing, in a way, it's sort of redundant to see it twice. To see it happen in season 8 and then either 9 or 10, Gabriel get that same death. I mean,
for the people
look at how Denise died. Denise died with an arrow in her eye, and that was Abe in the comics. And I was like, oh, really? This is what we're going to be doing now?
But they didn't allude to it. That's the difference. If they allude to it, or let's say a season before someone else got that same death, then sort of it's sort of like when Kay was talking about recycling. Like you keep seeing the same thing, it loses its shine. And
I think
talking
it
about
is
it
more.
earlier, you know.
I think it is more of a nod to comic book because most people that heard that thing, if they don't read the comics about Ezekiel's head on a pike, thought nothing of it. But
They wouldn't
people
know,
that
yeah.
do know the comics will be like, "Oh my god!" So
They're
I
talking
think
about
that's
it,
kind
yeah.
of what they're trying to do is just sort of
Nod to it. Okay.
give foreshadowing to those people that do know the comics, which is not that many people, honestly, out of their whole audience.
Don't you start.
And that is very
No,
true.
I'm just saying, compared to the Walking Dead's audience, how many people read the comics? I'm not
I don't
trying
read the
to say
comics. I've never read the
I
comics.
used to.
No, I'm not
I
trying to
used it as
say-
like it was like a guide. Like I wasn't expecting them to follow it from page
Yeah.
cover to cover. I was just like,
get all the answers to the question.
like you have a chance. You have the opportunity to fix what you messed up on with the show. That's how I saw it. Like Outlander.
Yeah.
There are some scenes that was not in the book that's on the show. And the same with Game of Thrones. There were some scenes like that was like really not in the book that is on the show. And obviously, you know, the writer hasn't completed the book for Game of Thrones, so they're just putting things together and consulting with him as. So it's like that opportunity of like fixing what you can't do, what's already been written.
Well, the thing with books is they are so much richer than what you can ever put on TV. The comics is kind of the opposite because you have just the bare minimum story here and you need to flesh it out. And these writers are not good at doing that. I wish they had a book to go back.
Yeah.
Anybody did any extensive research on some of these writers? I mean,
No.
some of
They
them
all came.
They're all the same
came
writers,
with,
right?
Scott Gimple from a cartoon.
Right.
Do we have any new writers this season, or it's the same ones?
No, they're all from previous. They're not.
Yeah.
They haven't
Fresh.
brought anyone in.
We need to start a
new.
fresh petition.
They've
fresh
lost
writers.
people though, right?
They lost Seth
Yes.
Hoffman, who did Richonne episodes, and I miss him so much.
Has he gone on to somewhere else?
I have no idea. Probably, but I haven't seen his name. I haven't looked it up.
Okay.
I want them to get writers from a show like maybe 24 or something, because they do a lot of stuff in 1 minute and 1 hour, and it's like The Walking Dead tries to do it and it doesn't. The execution isn't well received. So they do need some fresh blood.
Or they can have two separate writers, like one focus on plots and the other one focus on character development. And now that I know that they don't have readings, like where they sit down and actually read the script in a group, I
think they do though.
When?
How?
Remember?
Okay,
hold on.
They didn't.
We were saying that in joke last.
No, I wasn't joking. I don't think they do.
I don't think they have a sit down. I really, really, honestly think
I took it that you guys were joking. And to add to that, they showed Morgan sitting down with that cast and Gimple's over it. So I sort of think they do.
I mean, isn't it standard practice?
I just don't know where they have time to do that. Like, they don't go, like, what's his name? Seth Gilliam was talking about rehearsing a couple of times with Jeffrey D. Morgan just before they did the scene. He didn't like talk with him ever beforehand. I don't know where they have time to do that because they shoot the episode so quickly. It doesn't seem like they do, honestly.
that's where I got the impression that they don't do any sit downs.
That it's really disjointed, and it could do with if they don't, then they should. But I thought it was like standard practice.
Yeah.
I just have a problem that they don't give the actors the voice to make changes to their characters. Like,
well, I think they have
an
opportunity
sometimes.
if they want to, but
it
seems like
remember
a lot
Richonne
of
wanted to be naked. Wanted to be naked. They let them do that, so they give them a little. You know,
yeah, but
they have to
fight
for that, though. They have to really fight for it.
Yeah.
Then I really thought this over and say, like last week episode, yeah, I could see Michonne doing something like this. Like,
I mean,
for whatever reason, Denai seems to trust the writers, and she's like, they've got it. They're doing their
I,
job. Which
I just think
do
Danae is so
Maybe
busy.
one
She's
thing you
like,
guys that I
distracted.
just
She's
can't agree with.
distracted with Avengers right now, so you know.
I mean, she literally told me the writers were good, and I was like, "Girl,
Stop it.
That's her paycheck.
But you have to
She knows she
support.
has
You have
to
to
set.
it's
support
like
your
you,
people.
it's
So
yeah,
you know
it's
that
pretty
would have been
much your
good if
bread
she
and
said
butter,
extra ass. You know.
it's
or you
not,
can
but
give.
That's probably her.
it's her day
I don't
job.
know.
I mean, it
Wait,
didn't
what
work
was
out
it,
too
Ty?
They're getting
well
Marvel check.
when.
I don't think it's her bread. Did you guys see she just got a free car from Land Rover?
Yeah. Yes.
She's
No,
doing okay.
why?
Because she's a Koye, probably.
She's.
Oh, that's
Yeah, my car too.
cool. No, I hadn't heard.
She just posted on Twitter a couple of hours ago, or maybe an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Have you guys saw the trailer for the Avengers?
Of course. I
Mm-hmm.
watch it every day.
It is so awesome, and I don't even know half the stuff I'm looking at. It's like cool.
She's literally front and
That's
center. Like
that's an.
Yeah.
Since we're not really
Right
on the
next to
topic of
Captain
comics,
It's adjacent. It's adjacent.
you know, Marvel universe is like so huge, and you know they're doing these movies, you know, from certain elements of the comics, but not just one. They're pulling different stories from several different comics, and it works out so well. Whereas here we have this show, and
I thought you were gonna say a bad
I'm just
word.
trying to understand how you can mess up on something so good in such little time. Like
What was
season
good?
8, like the pinnacle of it's 8. Season 8.
they just hit 100 episodes, and they're giving us
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just different
I mean,
media. I
it's
mean, it's a
funny.
comic book, but they have money and they have time to build, whole movies on one character and then bring them together. AMC doesn't have time to do that, I guess.
And it's a movie, not 16 episodes of a show
Yeah.
that they shoot
Yeah.
8 days. I understand why it's much harder to pull off all of this. Especially if AMC doesn't give them any
I
money.
wonder if 16 episodes was too much for them from the get-go.
Of course it was. They don't have story to fill 16 episodes, so they have to make
10 episodes. Yeah.
I think they should have stuck with 12 or 13, whatever season 2 was.
Mm-hmm.
13. Yeah.
But I am so hyped. I think I want to try to watch a couple of the older movies to understand more context.
You haven't watched any Marvel movies?
I saw my nephew had me watching part of, and I saw Thor. I love Thor Ragnarok. Oh my God, that was so good.
Yes, that was really good. That was good.
That is it. No, I saw the first Thor. I saw Thor Ragnarok, which was this one that just came out, and I saw like part of Civil War. So that's why I said for me, I know for me,
Oh,
watching the trailer,
you actually need to start. You need to start from.
I didn't know why I was crying.
Captain America.
It's
That's
good.
the start. You need to start from Captain America
But that's how
and then
good it is. I don't even know why
follow
I'm crying.
through.
Like I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying. Like why am I crying? I don't know what I'm crying about. This is good. But yeah, I need to get caught up.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea just so know what's going on. I mean, some people don't care.
People keep talking about Vision. No, people keep on talking about Vision. I'm like, who's Vision? And they even show. Oh, like, I think I saw. Oh, you know what? I did. I saw part of Iron Man. One of them.
I don't even. Iron Man was it?
Wait,
Yeah, it's.
You
know, I did want to mention to you guys that I know that A has been surfacing a lot throughout the seasons since 5. When they went into the train for A, but throughout each season or per episodes, they've been A have been popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to figure out what is that symbolism towards? Like what is that?
Atlanta, it could be Andrea.
It means nothing. They're just trying to be cute.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the ball to drop. I'm
Girl.
just, or maybe my mind to be exploded. I'm just hoping
You're gonna be
that
waiting
they
a long
redeem
It's
time.
not
themselves.
gonna drop though, because it's different. It's not the same person using the same letter. It's different people. So it could
That's
be,
why it's
their
so
interpretation.
stupid.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
okay for like the terminus thing and
Terminus,
going to
yeah.
Alexandria because it's the A for Alexandria. That made sense. But all this other stuff, why would Jadis put an A on that damn thing? Makes no sense.
Absent-minded, I told you guys. Rick doesn't remember stuff.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
And then he was so cocky, like, why are you taking my picture? I was like, Rick, you were so pretty and dumb. I like you though.
What? I would ask that
What do you mean? He had every right. He had every right to ask her, why are you taking my picture?
No, Rick.
Like,
How dare you?
Javis needs to, honestly, I was hoping that she was going to get bite by that creature.
You come in my
kitty.
house and threaten me? Oh no, you don't ask. You don't get to ask any questions. I left your underwear on. That's all you get.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay.
But
I don't.
I strongly disagree. If you start taking my picture of me in my underwear, I'm gonna ask you a question.
thank you.
It was very creepy. It was.
Yes.
You know what it reminded me of? Honestly, it reminded me of Silence of the Lambs.
She's obsessed with him.
Where he was just taking, he was taking photos and, trying to, get his little piece of skin all set up. I was like, is that what she's trying to do? And then she was like, oh, to take your picture or something, or some other portrait or something. I was like, will she just die already? These people need to die.
Did you guys hear the fan theory that Jadis was making bombs? That's why she was on that apron.
She's making what?
Bombs.
She was making a sculpture?
No, she was just being extra, trying to be all
sculptures. It was sculptures, but again, this is fan theory. We don't know until they, spoil it or something. Someone was saying it was 2 other sculptures besides.
No, they're just giving these. They're giving these people way too much credit.
Can you let her finish the sentence?
It's
there. Oh, who's talking?
Go ahead. The bombs are where now?
Okay. If you go back to the episode with Jadis, she's in the apron, and we couldn't understand why would you be doing sculpting naked? And the theory was basically, how like Breaking Bad, they would always, disrobe because they don't want all those chemicals on clothes. So they were going back and saying, if you watch that episode, it's a sculpture of a rooster, it's a sculpture of a pig, and it's a sculpture of a tiger. And they're saying that it's very possible that it's bombs. Courtyard, right as they were playing with the insides of cars, they were like, maybe those are some tools you would use in a bomb. So when you were saying, I was remembering what you said about them blowing up something, maybe Ashley had a point, because if she's making a bomb and they're moving people, that could be a big bang at some point. But it's just a fan theory at this point. I hadn't heard anything else, just possible.
Only thing I know, they were making those smoke bombs.
Oh yeah, they're good for a smoke bomb.
If there was any forms of like,
whatever.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
I still don't get why you would make bombs or make anything naked. Like
exactly.
You don't put chemicals on your clothes.
Chemicals on your clothes. Then why would you want them on your body?
You could, hurt yourself.
You would try and wear stuff to protect your skin.
Breaking the underwear. Yeah. So you would. That's.
But was that because of the smell? I don't remember why they did that.
I've never done it.
They did that for the sex. Methylene stinks to high noon. That's all that was.
Okay.
Okay. It's just a fan theory, but I said it sounds interesting, so that's why I put it out there. Had you guys heard it or not?
I heard something about uranium, but I think they were connecting that to the big scary U. They thought maybe that was what that meant. and those barrels, but I
Okay.
don't know if anything ever came of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just wishful thinking.
I think some of these
Put more
fan
into it than they
theories
are.
are like really reaching.
Well,
It
they
is.
make us reach because what we see on screen
They
doesn't
will
make
not
sense.
explain. They will not
Right.
explain.
And the fan theories are more interesting than what actually ends up happening.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to hear it. I'm like, wait, what?
Of nothing.
Is this going to be good?
And it was
Getting
three
my
of
hopes
them.
up
Like,
for no
okay, that's the
reason.
three, communities. What does what? Never happened.
Did we already
Sad.
talk about why Eugene was yelling at Father Gabriel? Because I literally just blanked. I have no idea why.
You know
What was he
what?
doing?
I frustrated, and it's just
Did he have a
you know
nervous
how
breakdown?
sometimes you wrong, you get loud. Like he he was wrong. You said you gonna let people die, and the people that
I was just like,
your
are we supposed to
ass
be yelling at
alive
this guy?
having.
I was just so confused. I was like,
He was just frustrated.
Why was his face shaking? Like, what was
I
happening?
thought
The whole
about
you go, Josh McDermott.
he was acting like, dang, Josh,
But
I
what
almost
the
don't care. And, I don't care, but okay. He was really doing it.
So
He
everyone
put
else
in
was
some
confused
work.
because I just didn't understand
No,
why he
I
was
was
yelling at him.
confused.
Yeah.
It was all, I did not, from this time, he was staring at the walkers and
just
his face started
frustrating.
shaking. I was like, what is going on? But I
thought
liked
he
his
was
acting.
Yeah,
I thought that was
he
cute.
was doing a good job.
But I just don't
He
know
feel
why.
like he has a purpose with Negan.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And
Okay.
he just went off. So, we were talking about the comic book, spoilery wise. I don't think I can ever like Eugene ever be killed. So
Well, hold
almost
on.
never
What?
gonna happen. I
We
have a
missed.
Sorry,
problem
now
with
you
Eugene.
broke up. Can you say that again?
We were talking about how they, allude to stuff in the comic and everything
Lost you again.
that Eugene and we are trying to survive, but he gets Andrea killed. So I think about our show, and that's why I really can't ever forgive him. He's on the level with Daryl for me. Like, he can do whatever he has to do to survive, but I'm not there for him because of what could possibly happen in the future.
Does he go back to Alexandria in the comic?
Yeah. And I don't know if in the comic, if he ever turned over to Negan. I thought they kidnapped him. Yeah, they kidnapped him, and then he was returned at some point. Like, it wasn't so much like, befriending them and becoming a Neganite. But in the show, they're having him, turn into a Neganite. So I don't know, but because of that holds me back. I can't get with Eugene.
I don't
I
think
just can't.
Like, at one point, I thought he was just, trying to kind of fake it till he made it, like everyone else. But he's a real savior now, and there's no turning back.
Yeah.
So he can die tomorrow, and I'd be fine.
Yeah. So,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. But he didn't tell on Dwight. So, I mean, he has that one point, but
he was about to.
I know he got scared. He's such a coward.
Yeah. Like, the only reason he didn't is because he walked in. So
he showed
he gets no points for that.
He's such a coward. But I was like, I don't know.
At least he knows it, and he knows that he's only for his own survival.
Staying in my lane. That was true.
Admit that. Yeah.
I'm staying in my lane.
He's self-aware.
I'm 10 for 10. I'm 20 for 20. Oh, okay. No problem. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Before I first watched it, I was like, this is like Eugene's Ebenezer Scrooge episode. Like, he met like 3 or 4 people asking him, what is he going to do? And he kept on like, I'm not going to change. And then you sort of thought when he saw the iPad that he was thinking about Sasha, and he may change back, but he really never did change. He just sort of solidified his position. He's with Negan. He's with Negan.
So I just hope that they don't ever try to like have
Bring
Rick
him back.
back.
So how would Rick and them ever forgive him for the stuff? I don't know.
They can't. That's why I hope they don't do that.
Don't even try it. Yeah.
But
man.
who knows with this show? They didn't even let Maggie be mad at Daryl, so I don't trust them.
Exactly. Right. Correct. For more than no, she never did get mad at him because they weren't even together until she was ready to forgive him. So yeah. It was no process, not one slap on the face. She slapped Gregory and then slapped Daryl. Like, really?
Didn't even give him
And
a side eye. Like
he
nothing.
just said your name wrong. This man killed your husband, your baby's daddy. Okay. All right, writers. Okay. That's how y'all want to do this. All right.
Yeah.
But not okay. All right, but not okay.
All right, Whitney Houston.
So I heard I had to log in and log out. You guys said, I think it was you, Ashley. You said you happy that Rosita learned her lesson and she walked away.
Yeah, she learned something from Sasha's death and all her recklessness last season, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with the plan since it's working.
And I'm happy that Morgan, when he didn't kill Jesus, he went back to the Savior compound, so he's been chilling there for 2 episodes. So he didn't just pout and leave. Talking to? Hey, he working it out. You know what? That's a good point.
Okay. Was he talking to the other snipers?
He was talking to other snipers, but Negan had walkie-talkies too.
People that we've never seen before and never heard about before. They just inserted them.
Okay, yeah. I was like, where we get snipers from?
Okay, and they're all around. Well, can you show me one? What?
Right.
Exactly.
We couldn't see one but Morgan.
They're all around.
Did they see Rick coming?
They don't have enough.
They couldn't warn Rick.
The only thing I didn't like about
what happened to them?
And where's Morgan?
Exactly.
Did you guys like him in the preview?
Oh, for next week?
Yeah.
I want to say no. I remember seeing Carol, Michonne. Did I see Rick?
Jesus.
Jesus and Maggie. I saw them. Yeah.
Maggie. Yeah.
We saw Rick, right? I can't remember what I saw of Rick though. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, he's with them people.
The trash. Okay. All right.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that was weird. I was like, who is he talking to and where'd they come from?
And with the walkie-talkies, Negan has a walkie-talkie, so that's sort of, I guess you can move your walkie-talkie to a certain frequency, but it's not like maybe you can lock it where other people can't hear your conversation. To me, that seems like you're a little open. Okay, well maybe they can, okay. Maybe that's not a problem then. I worked it out in my head. I think you can lock it, so maybe if you can lock it, other people can't hear it, but at one point, remember, Rick was listening to their conversation, so it's like, walkie-talkies are not secure.
Stole one, right?
Yeah. So maybe.
So you have to. I would think you'd have to have one on their network or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Do we have any watchers that are truck drivers that know about CB radios and walkie-talkies? Okay. I guess not.
I mean, whatever it is, I'm sure the show isn't following protocol anyway.
Yeah. Right. They do make their own rules.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Which is why Gabriel's in the bed with bubble guts or whatever he got, bad guts or gut, whatever it is. And Dr. Carson's looking for herbs in the compound. Like, oh, okay.
He was looking for them for a while. So did he get trapped down there?
He never came back.
He's all dead.
So his plan failed. So he can. I don't want him
I
to
wonder,
die,
is that going to be the big shocking moment they're talking about?
Oh my. Yes, I thought about that.
I would hate them so much for that. I don't care.
What if
Somebody was saying, Okay,
What'd
but
you
it's
say?
only been a day, so
What if
you
they show
can't do
Maggie
that.
with a baby bump?
They can't do
Okay.
that.
These
That would
horrible
be
things.
shocking.
I
I
they
cannot.
can't do
Thank you.
that.
I cannot get over it. The time of I don't really understand that.
Like
Honestly,
Judas is literally 4 and nobody else has gotten old. It's
and
been 2
still
days.
not walking. So,
So somebody was saying in Eugene's defense
Mm-mm.
that
No.
I know we already established. That's why I preface the fact that I can't get over it. I'm just again communicating what the community is saying right now
Okay.
that Gabriel has God and a higher power to reflect on and believe it's all going to work out and good, works over evil. Eugene, being a man of science, cannot rely on that. And that's why he's so wholeheartedly caught in the fear of dying and that he'll do anything not to die. So I guess in that sense, if you don't have hope, then maybe you would do anything. I mean, it's not an unreasonable thing that you would, try to survive no matter what.
my problem with that is that Eugene has outright said that he doesn't care who else dies as long as it's not him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if no one else is around to protect you, how are you going to survive if you so heavily rely on everyone to protect? Like,
And
it
can't
just doesn't
fight.
make any sense.
Exactly. Yeah. And how dare you say they're just traveling companions? I mean, that was the most disrespectful thing I heard last night. Are you?
Right.
Well,
People
besides that
agony.
Jadis and
Where
Rick
you
stuff, that
going?
was crazy. But yeah, traveling companions.
He
They
was being
saved
wild.
your bacon, dude. You are.
He was crying when he sent him away in that RV when Abraham sent him out. So that was fine.
And then
At least she had real tears, unlike Aaron.
you go back to the season cliffhanger in 6 where he tells Rick, "I'm your anchor man." You do all this extra talking, then as soon as you get a chance, you want to trade them. You are the worst. You are
Like
the
he really
worst.
regressed so far. God.
You are the worst.
Right.
Like remember when he saved Tara and we thought like, oh, he might not be total trash.
Nah.
I don't remember that.
I mean, not because it was Tara, but because he did something that wasn't completely selfish.
When did he say that? I'm having flashes, but
Season 5. I mean, I know we just block out 5B. Actually, it didn't happen. None of that happened. I'm
okay.
just
I
kidding.
was like, what? Sounds really cool.
No,
You
she's
know,
always been trash.
you know what? You guys always tickle me when y'all do that. One time I was with a group that Walking Dead, and they were rewatching the episode with Jesse and the
Oh,
See?
host fast forward through the episodes, and I laughed so hard. You guys are funny. You guys are so funny.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't admit who is this person. What happened? I didn't see that. That never happened.
Are we talking about Breaking Bad? Like, I'm lost.
I know we were talking about meth a little bit earlier. I'm just
Because Jesse on that show was great. My favorite character. I don't think there's one on The Walking Dead.
Emmy's supposed to be giving us some trivia. Emmy, where's the trivia?
She here?
Okay, no trivia. Oh man, but I'm surprised. I don't know. The bomb idea, like I said, like it excited me. Like if they do that,
That's too interesting for the show, though.
Yeah,
too interesting for them. I don't want to give them that much.
Yeah, and the whole
They've already
fact
done
that all Rick had to do was kill their whatever and no one tried to shoot him, and they all just let's go with Rick now. Like, I mean, it serves our purpose because Rick doesn't get hurt, but
it feels like the only reason Jadis agreed to his plan is because she has the hots for him.
Yep, which is really annoying.
Well,
So
she
many
had a
levels.
good time last night because I think he hit on her chest or something when he was pushing her face down. She probably had fun last night.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Was I the only one who was surprised that he was wearing underwear?
Right.
Only because it's AMC, no.
Right.
Well, I mean, for a second, I forgot.
This is Rick.
Or whatever, but it's like, if I
This
was
is
Jake,
Rick.
he's been butt naked.
Yeah.
Andy said he wanted to do it naked. I'm like, of course you did.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, that would have made more sense, but this is not HBO, so. Had to wear them long ass boxers.
They could have blocked it. Like,
you guys saw the well,
they can't even show butt crack.
oh, they could have did just waist up shoot
Strategic camera shots. No, because I would have gotten pissed off when she was taking them little. Was she taking pictures? When she was taking pictures.
Yeah, and the guy was sketching it for some reason. Like, I understand that.
I laughed so hard when he was like, "You can do little sculptures and shit."
Give him another to finish up what he was doing. Oh, okay.
That was weird.
That was crazy.
I don't know.
But... So after for Jadis was just, I guess, when they thought they were going to kill Rick, and she tried to kill him a second time. Like, Rick, I'm telling you, he's a little forgetful. His memory needed him, so he said, okay, but they did just try to kill you like 2 minutes ago. But I did like when he said, give me my clothes back. I was like, there you go, Rick. I like that you're taking charge. And she asked some kind of crazy question, and he looked at her like, girl, if you don't stop.
Why does she bother? She's the worst negotiator in the whole world. Like, you never get what you want. Every single time they've shown her negotiating with somebody, she ends up with what they said first. Or less.
I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna keep trying.
This makes no sense.
I bet when she negotiates with Eugene, she gets it. How about that? She has to pick the right person.
But I mean, she has all of the power in that negotiation. Like, all she had to do was like shoot Rick.
No, say no again. Yeah.
She just gave it all up because she wants to sculpt him naked. Like, it's so gross.
Yeah. Why?
That was crazy.
Are we doing this? What is the point of this?
It makes sense because it's Rick, but we don't like it. It makes sense because it's Rick. I would want to sculpt him too if I knew what I was doing, but come on.
Nobody else.
We don't have time for this. It's wartime now, ma'am. You need to stay focused. Come on.
It's not cute. I don't get it. Leave him alone.
So one of the people that I was listening to was saying that they didn't like Rick's plan. And,
we don't even know what it is.
Well, his plan was to surround the Savior's compound, hoping that the workers would rise up and ask for immunity, and then they would overthrow maybe Negan or the fighters, the soldiers. But their assessment of their game plan was, when you surround the compound with the walkers, even if some people did want to come over, they still have to get through the walkers. And then if your team is trying to help people get over to the soldiers, so it really wasn't the best game plan, is what I heard. Maybe they should have found another way to surround them where they couldn't get supplies. But the whole concept of saying, 2 days for it to come to pass seemed like it was a little rushed as well.
Nothing about.
But I do believe in Rick. But I wish Abraham was around to give him a little strategy. I don't know if that would have worked. Besides Daryl just doing what the hell he wanted to do, but I don't know if it would have worked without Daryl. If it would have actually reaped his benefit, the one that he was, hoping for.
I don't know. I just wish they had seen it through, and if it didn't work, then they could blame Rick. But they didn't even.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Yep, that's a good point.
And Daryl's about to get somebody killed.
No, Daryl's about
Or
to die.
dead.
Remember, Michonne asked him. He said he's ready. I mean, he don't care. It's worth it to him. So that's why I think Daryl could die next episode.
No, when he says
No,
that automatically means it's going to someone else.
exactly.
It's literally like, up, Daryl's safe. He just got his angel wings again.
It's worth it for me. It's worth it for me. Like, oh, okay, you did.
But she said
Ken,
us.
you're
Like, how
right.
you gonna decide that it's worth it to you for other people to die? I cannot stand him.
Thank you.
That is so fucking selfish.
That's that Daryl. That's that
I
Daryl.
wish he had died with Merle.
Right. Though that was a beautiful death. Like that, his brother and him. That was like that. That was a nice episode.
Oh my
Toys-
God. Are we back to Daryl?
Oh yeah.
Just in time, Emmy.
Because I still keep saying he may die next episode because he's ready to die. He's willing to die.
I just stepped away. And
He said
Back to
he
die.
said it. He said
we're back to
it.
Daryl.
He's
Can we
not
not
back.
talk about Daryl?
No, because he's the problem. He's the catalyst for all this nonsense. So we're gonna talk about it.
So, if he were okay, what do you guys hope will happen next episode?
Daryl dies.
Okay, that's number one. What's number two?
We see
Negan
Rick and
dies.
Michonne together. I forgot
Okay.
about him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's number two. What? Hold on.
An episode that would actually make sense.
It's 90
That would
minutes.
be good too.
That's asking a lot.
We have
But
plenty
yeah.
of time.
90 whole minutes.
Of
It's gonna
what?
be 90 minutes.
90 bloody minutes of.
Gonna get a Negan monologue.
Oh my
No,
God.
thank you.
That's probably half the damn episode.
Oh shit, that's why it's 90 minutes.
That's exactly
One
why
of the
it's 90
things.
minutes.
One of the
Wait, we
things-
actually saw it. It's in the preview.
Oh, is it? I need to rewatch
The
it.
Talking
Oh, my
Dead
goodness.
preview. Yeah, he's talking to the Alexandrians.
Ah,
over the
shabba-doo.
loudspeaker.
I did not see the. I didn't watch Talking Dead last night. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I hate
yeah.
to be right, but I like to be right. Okay.
I don't
Yes.
watch Talking Dead at all unless it's someone that I would like to see on the couch. And apparently it's gonna be Scott Gimple and Yvette and somebody
Nicole
else.
Brown
Mhm.
Yeah.
coming back. Okay, I'll watch next time then.
Yeah,
I
she
only watched
tweeted and I was like, I will be there to see you. So
But then Chris Hardwick, we don't just bring you here when people die. We bring you here for other reasons, right?
Oh God.
Ah.
I could
Wow.
hear him. I can as you're I can just hear his nasally
We don't bring
voice.
you here just when people die, right? Okay. I didn't know that. Well, I will watch at some point.
Yeah, I just watched for the preview. I do other stuff in the background till the end of the episode.
Exactly.
So
But you know what? I used to do that more. But as we talk about how the anticipation changes, this particular season, I haven't been worried about Talking Dead as much. Usually I would, I'm all in, but I let that one go. The episode
It's
is
pretty
enough for
useless.
me. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't talk about anything.
Yeah. Yep. They won't let them tell us anything. And when they do tell us something, they quick to walk it back, because when Morgan said, I finished my episode and said goodbye to everybody, that doesn't mean he's dead. That doesn't mean anything. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know if Scott was expecting him to say that.
Even when they tell us something, they can't
It
just
was in
tell
a
us
letter.
something. Wow.
Yeah, I think Morgan was, or Lenny said more than they expected him to say. So, I don't
He
know.
said, I said my goodbyes. Oh, okay. All right.
That doesn't mean Morgan's dead, though.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It just
Because
means
we know he
he's not on
likes
the
to
show
walk
anymore.
away stuff too. He can walk, walk or
Yep.
drive, He knows how to survive on his own. He did that a couple of seasons ago. So hey, he can
He
do his
did.
own thing. He can get tired of playing with Rick, Carol, and all of them. Just say, you know what? I'm taking my stick and going somewhere else. Let me take my stick. We
I have
gone.
come to Virginia. This was a mistake.
Why did I follow
Bye.
that map?
Right. So, yeah.
Somebody
Any
was
other
saying-
predictions
Any
for
Rick
next
and
week?
Michonne in the next episode?
I have no idea.
At one point you said, Ashley, you didn't see them until 9. So
No. I didn't say that. I said I know that we see them in episode
for
9.
sure then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happens next episode.
I've been trying to, stay away from stuff, even though a lot of stuff is going on out there in the internet, but I hadn't heard anything, so I'm not surprised. There's a lot of in YouTube. I stay in YouTube land. There's so many thumbnails out there. It's a little scary.
Yeah, I'm guessing
A
we
lot.
will see them together just based on what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
90 minutes.
What's going to happen? Is it based on spoilers?
No, it's just based on my theory from episode 1. I think we're going to see like that dream again, hopefully.
Okay.
And I think Carl's going to be the one that dies.
Why did you say that?
Did you
That's what I think.
Did you just release a spoiler here?
No,
it's a theory. It's a theory. theory. Like my theory of Carol or Daryl. It's a theory.
Carol. What are you talking
I
about?
told you. I thought the purpose
It
of
would be
these
really
shows
nice
was to show characters
for
changing
demise.
and
Obviously,
evolving. So
she's
she
another one that's
changed
not
and
going
evolved,
anywhere.
so now she can die.
She's not going anywhere.
Ezekiel back to
I
life.
know. Am I allowed to wish? Am I allowed?
Oh, that's a wish. Okay.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm
you
calling it a prediction.
I don't think that's what that is, but okay.
Do you think there's going to be another cliffhanger?
Probably.
I hope they learned their
Probably-
lesson.
probably
Oh my
so.
goodness. No.
Because
I think they will. If the numbers they got last time they tried that crap, it gave them what they wanted. I know they'll do it again. But I don't know. I hadn't heard anything, but that doesn't mean anything. I've been trying not to hear anything, but they'll try it. They'll try it again. They tried it once.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not as mad about it
But
if it's the mid-season cliffhanger as I would be if it were finale. But
yeah, not so long to wait.
Yeah. In those cases, you kind of should do a cliffhanger. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think, it will probably be something that's going to frustrate us.
Okay.
Like, there are good cliffhangers and there are stupid ones. And I'm fearing it'll be a stupid one.
Do we know who wrote the last one?
The last big cliffhanger was
the last good one.
Season 4.
What happened in season 4?
They're screwing with the wrong people.
Yes! Magic. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I guess it was a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because we didn't know what was going to happen. That's a good one.
I think that's the only one besides the dumb
Negan's
one.
intro.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they would have did a little bit different, it probably would have came off better. Besides him killing people, but the whole, blood on the screen, that was just...
There's nothing they could have done other than showing us who is Lucille.
Yeah, that was...
Especially if you're going to kill 2 people, why not just kill everybody? That makes no sense. Don't get me started on that again.
Poor Abe. Somebody was saying I'm sorry, when you said Abe, it made me think about fear. Maybe they'll say that how do they say it? Maybe they'll say that Morgan came from Texas. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys what I hear.
Wait, what?
It's just
I'm just waiting for them to explain that. I want them to
be in Texas.
I want them to do
that he's from Texas. I don't know.
I mean, that's fine, but unless they're going back before the apocalypse, or way after. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah. They could. They could do it before he met Rick. I don't know how they're gonna do
But
it.
that's not where the show is, so I just don't get it.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys about the deleted scenes they talked about?
For who?
For Morgan.
Oh no.
We were talking about it last week about not understanding how the timeline was gonna work. Blah, 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 blah. One of the things I was watching, who was it? I want to see it was you, the YouTuber Make a Path. He was saying that if you go to, I guess season 4, that's where Clear is, right? 4.
3.
That there is a deleted scene, the same scene where Morgan was talking about people wearing faces. He said something about evil people and he had to leave them, and they're picking up in that world. So possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. But I haven't seen the deleted scene, so I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
So they put him on Fear the Walking Dead for the space between when he leaves Rick and when he sees Rick again.
Correct. That's what Make a Path was saying.
So he went on a trip.
A road trip in the apocalypse to Texas.
Met somebody, they did something traumatizing that sent him crazy, and then he came back home. Basically.
How
Okay.
done?
It's just a theory at this point, ladies. I'm just saying it may work.
I see how they can do this. I just can't wait for them to introduce Morgan's appearance in Fair.
Are you gonna try to watch it, Emmy?
I will watch it if he's gonna be out there. I will. Okay. I stopped watching it specifically because of Travis.
Me too. We're about a season and a half behind.
I mean, he was like
maybe a season behind, I think.
No. I didn't. It was this season where they ended Travis' life.
Yeah, so I'm a season behind then. Yeah.
But you'll be just as disappointed when you see it, and especially that they get rid of him. You'll be so mad.
I know, because he was awesome.
He is, because it was just clicking with him. It was like while he was growing. I know it's a dead world and whatnot. While his character was growing, Madison was one-dimensional.
She doesn't have a lot of facial muscles. She probably has emotions.
Every time they were together, Madison and Strand, he stole most of the scenes. Like, you watch it for him. And what he's going to do.
She has emotions in me. She doesn't have a lot of facial muscles, but she has emotions.
What's the Botox then? Because it's just
yeah. Hey. Yeah. I didn't like her or her son, but I did like her daughter, and I did like Travis. So, like I said, I'll catch up. They'll probably start airing it after the end of this season, so that'll be April or so.
I have a question to ask you guys in regards to the red machete.
Oh my God.
Again.
Listen, did you guys watch the Red Machetes episode last week? No, last week.
I did.
No one watched it.
If last week was the one where he was in a mirror, then I saw that one episode. But I try to
no, because I just wanted. I don't know. I didn't watch last week, so I'm actually confused because now it's in a dude's hand, and he's
not the people you saw last
around
week.
The handle, and I was like, wasn't this in just a girl's hand? So I want to know how it.
I really can't help you a lot with it. I just remember because like I said, I fast forward through a lot of them. I remember seeing one episode or one commercial where it sort of reminded me of how Rick was in that house when Michonne and Carl walked away. What episode was that?
Claim
season, yeah, like in Claim. So it was a scene like that. It was the girl. I don't know if it was the right girl or not, but she was hiding under a bed or in a closet, and all I could see from that little snippet was someone walking away with the machete, and you could see the reflection in the mirror. But I don't keep up with
They're
it,
at
so I don't know.
AMC.com.
Oh, you can catch up, Emmy.
Yeah, they're on the website.
Okay.
I don't even go on their sites anymore. I don't. I'm not as involved with The Walking Dead as I.
Well, if you
I
want to
don't
watch
even
them,
care
that's on
about the
there.
ratings. I don't even care.
Do we want to talk about what was Tara's point this episode?
Nothing.
Not a
Just
damn thing.
To support Daryl.
And still
She's
alive.
mad over Denise, so she wants to kill Dwight too.
Support. Yeah.
All these people that I don't like are still alive.
I know, like Daryl. Ugh.
Yeah, Carol, Tara.
Carol don't be bothering nobody.
And she cried with Ezekiel last week.
That was just crocodile tears. That didn't move me.
No forgiveness.
Daryl cries all the time, but okay.
When did Daryl cry?
When episode.
When was he bawling?
He was almost crying in this
Daryl is just
episode.
mad. Daryl is just mad.
Yeah,
Carol just need a place to stay because she's still salty about getting exiled from the prison.
Her fans are, but I don't think she is.
I can't. Daryl does cry. He does.
A lot. All the time. He spent the last 4 seasons.
That's how he cleans his
I
face
thought he was
now.
going to cry in his scene with Michonne.
I did too.
You're not staying with me.
Maybe he was, but he was whispering.
Oh,
he was
my
getting
goodness.
choked up. But
You know what? I need.
That's the time.
I think there were tears in his eyes, honestly. And I don't know why.
No, I think it's
he
just
said he's ready to die
because they've been just going on. They were just going. No one slept.
Whose fault is
during
that?
his mission.
All he had to do was go home.
Okay.
Go home. Wait until it's time to go save Rick. But no, he wants to go out on a rogue mission and not sleep. That's his own fault.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Did nobody tell him not to sleep?
We were talking about how do people know the game plan? Well, we know for a fact Daryl knows the game plan because that's why they were fighting. But then Rosita, who was staying at Alexandria, knew about it. So Rick told him what to do.
Of course they did. They had this whole elaborate thing with papers and microwaves. Of course they all knew the plan. They just going against it. You can't leave them alone for 5 minutes. I'm so disappointed. Thank God for Rosita.
Walking away. She said, I just wanted to see what y'all were doing. I'm going to go home now. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Okay, I'm going home. And I like Morgan said, there's some cars down there. You can get one. Some cars down there. Go and get a car. Okay. I don't like
because they just abandoned their car wherever it was.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
I don't like that Mark is the only
one
with
that
the sniper rifle and in that little one room where Rosita and Sasha were last year. But it's all about missed opportunity. Rick had a shot, he didn't take it. Sasha had a shot, she didn't take it. Rosita had a shot, she messed it up.
Oh my God! Don't remind me of that.
Goodness.
I'm confused though, how do they get all the walkers gone? No stragglers or anything.
Because it's an opening, so they're assuming they'll follow the sound, so they would all get in. So that's what they're assuming, everybody would make their way in. But you know what, we were talking about consistency. I thought the walkers couldn't climb stairs. They should be good once you get
season 6.
Double. Man. Well, that used to be all you had to do. Let me go upstairs and I'm okay. But they climbing now. These new walkers
They learned to climb
climbing.
stairs.
God, dog.
Yep. I mean, honestly, they needed to give the walker something because it's so easy to defeat them at this point, unless it's a giant nerd.
Man.
But I don't know. It was weird that they were all gone. And how did they get out of the sanctuary?
No, they're in the sanctuary. That's what they're
No,
gonna
they
do.
get out though. That's what's in the preview.
I need to rewatch it. Oh my goodness, really? Oh, that's gonna be where Daryl comes in, I think. Remember, he's doing something to save them. He's the savior. So it's something Daryl
Oh,
does.
God.
I mean, Eugene does. Eugene does.
Oh, maybe he uses that
PA
intercom
system.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys like how Negan gave his hand to Eugene, but he gave it to him as if to kiss it, but when Eugene tried to kiss it, he said, "Man, I'm trying to shake your hand."
That was dumb. Who hands their hand over like that unless you want somebody to kiss it?
Exactly. Playing this man.
I mean, it's Eugene, so I don't care, but that was stupid.
But somebody was saying Negan knows what to say to motivate his people, so he, pumped up Eugene, so he's gonna keep on trying to figure out how to save them and save other people, because that's what they do. They save people by making them slaves.
Right.
Right.
Mm-mm. Any other hopes and dreams for next week?
I hope if it's an explosion, it's not at Alexandria.
Well, that's where they are.
But no, for some reason, it's somewhere on the road too, because Aaron and Enid have a scene too. I remember in the preview. I don't know what I can't remember everything I saw, but they were on the road somewhere. So,
But they weren't at
something
Alexandria.
is
They left
blocked.
the hilltop to go somewhere.
Yeah,
And it seems like
something is being blocked,
maybe the hilltop people are trying to get to Alexandria, maybe? I don't know why they would, but certainly Negan's at Alexandria. And so is Carl and Michonne and them.
Hold on, this for a fact. Negan makes it to Alexandria.
Girl, it's in the preview. Go watch it.
Dang! Oh no! Oh my goodness! I gotta watch.
Yeah, they're inside and he's outside the gates on the PA system saying that he's there and telling them to come out and he wants to kill Rick and he's gonna start blowing stuff up. And all Michonne says is they got out. And it cuts off.
Dang. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And that was the Talking Dead preview?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't watched Talking Dead at all this year.
You've missed nothing.
Nothing. Well, the season. Oh
Hold on.
God,
She missed.
For me, honestly, I'm just
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
season 1
I'm ready
for episode 8. Oh, fudge monkey ball sack! I can't even get this right.
Uh-oh.
Episode 1, season 8. I liked how Carrie showed up on Chris Hardwick when he got the crowd all pumping and all excited, and Chris was like, "Hey," like it's like he was like, "Oh, I gotta take this away from him." I like that.
He's a
Interesting
pisser. Yes, he is.
I love Kari.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of good parts, but there's no need for it to be 2 hours. And I wanted to tear my eyelashes out.
Hold on, stop. It's gonna be a 2-hour Talking Dead?
No, we're talking about the Talking
premiere.
Dead from the premiere.
Okay, I got you. I'm like, ooh, they need to stop that.
They need to never do that again.
I truly I did enjoy Denai face planting Chris in the
cake. Yeah.
In the cake. I must have played that over and over again. I thought about turning that into a gift.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
But,
I mean, I'm sure they're gifts.
Okay. Someone has done this. Has Nicole Yvette Brown been on the show since last year? Not recently, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. Okay. I'll
Did you
definitely
change
try
her
to
name?
catch it now. Is she?
No, you changed her name. It's Yvette Nicole Brown.
What did I call her? The
Nicole
opposite?
Yvette, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's her twin. Yeah, I'll definitely try to catch it now if she's gonna be on it, because it may be some other people other celebrities that I always wonder what celebrities watch the show. So for that reason was why I would watch it. But when you take into consideration you're not really gonna get more than fan discussion, it's not very much more, then that sort of takes some of the thunder out of it for me at
I
this
mean, it's
point.
okay when people from the show are on and I like the episode and they get to talk about stuff, but it's mostly pretty useless. And
Yeah.
I don't even like Yvette Nicole Brown anymore.
Why not?
No.
I mean, maybe because she's been on there too many times. Not that I dislike her, I just don't care that she's
You're
gonna be
not
on there.
gonna. She's not special to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and she
Well,
said
I just
something
wish they were
about,
more critical of the show.
yeah, that's
So
why it's
Yeah.
useless.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's just so many things that don't make sense, and they don't question it. It's just like, oh, this is so great. This is so meaningful. This is
Very few
so
people
Yeah.
call
symbolic.
it out.
Yeah.
Although the kid that was on there yesterday, I think he plays on Gotham, he was talking about how, like, Daryl and Tara are being reckless and, like, Rick should have, I forgot what he said, but I agreed completely. And I was like, I like him. Bring him back.
Oh, see, every so often. But he's like a first
On that
time person
note,
now.
I'm gonna go. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Was he a first time person there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. They have to tell him, don't do that again. Don't say anything.
I mean, no,
Don't
he
say
didn't
anything
say
bad
it
about
mean.
Daryl.
He was just saying, because they were talking about, like, would they let Eugene back into the group? And he was like, Daryl and Terrell are reckless, so no, they would never. But Rick has sense and compassion, so maybe he would try. And he's talking about how reckless they were being, which I appreciated, because Chris Hardwick would never.
That's right. That is very true. Well, Emmy left. We didn't get a chance to do the trivia. I was waiting on you guys to answer the questions because I probably was going to guess wrong, but I was mightily interested in it.
Maybe next week.
Maybe.
I guess I shouldn't talk about Daryl anymore. I'm still going to talk about Daryl.
That's her jam. That's her jam. I mean, he has his, when he's supporting Rick, I'm with him, but like I said, he still killed Glenn. So I mean, that's there no matter what he does.
Yeah,
that is there for me. So that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah,
Till he does something different.
Maybe if he somehow doesn't get people killed next week by some miracle.
Yeah, be something. Or if he say, you know what, I'm just gonna leave, and he walk away himself. Like, okay. Like he said, you know what, I'm tired of being in Alexandria. I'm going. Like if he does that, redemption could be,
Yeah, I don't have to see him. That'd be great.
Somebody foolish is gonna go following after him.
Carol,
that's true.
where are you going, boo?
They need to come to a group consensus to say, sorry, you screwed up too many times, so you gotta go.
And they still need to get Jesus in line too. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him. Thank God he hasn't talked lately.
Yes. We need some more of them karate kicks though.
They should get together, Daryl and Jesus, and just go.
Go make a trip.
Yes, a very long trip. Go
That's
grow
what
your
somebody
hair
was
out.
saying. Somebody was saying before the big Morgan reveal that the only way they saw Fear getting better, doing more with the ratings, was if they took one of their key players from the original show And I said they could take Daryl, but you know they picked Morgan. They picked Morgan. Okay.
I mean, they can't pick anybody that was in season 1 of Walking Dead, but apparently they did.
Yeah, they found one.
I'm only going to watch the first episode to see how this plays out because I just don't understand.
Just to see what nonsense they come up with.
We can do just
Yeah, I
we can do
just
one
need to know
podcast.
how
Can
they
we
made
do
this work.
one? Just the first episode of Fear.
Oh, no.
You don't want to talk about it.
I cannot talk about that show.
I don't want to talk about that.
It would be silent because I have nothing to say. I don't even know those characters' names.
Well, you know the mom doesn't have facial expressions, so when you see an actress that doesn't have facial expressions, that's the mom.
I mean, I know the main ones.
Yeah.
I know Madison, Nick,
Yeah.
and
Strand. Yeah.
That's all I got for you.
Hey, y'all are hilarious. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I just gotta get caught up, and we'll have time, luckily, with this break, because it seems like if it was an ABC show, well, actually, all of them are taking a break right now, so it doesn't matter. You still would have, a month before they all take a month break for whatever reason. So, it gives you time to watch other things.
Will The Walking Dead be back in February?
Probably, yeah.
Somebody said that, but I was hoping it was wrong. It was really January.
It's always February.
I thought one time it was like the last week of January or something, because like when Richonne was canon, that was like the second or third episode. No?
Mm-mm. That was the second
episode.
It's
always after the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's usually like Valentine's weekend.
That's the first Friday. I mean, the first week in February then. Okay. I heard somebody say it, but they didn't give a date. They just said February. So I was like, okay, maybe they really mean January, but I'm optimistic like that.
I don't think it's ever been January, has it?
It has.
I don't know.
They're not going to compete with the Super Bowl. They'd be crazy.
Okay. But
yeah, they'll probably announce
the Super Bowl wasn't the football wasn't doing as well this year. So, but AMC
it's still the Super Bowl.
I got you.
They'll probably announce the date on Sunday.
Yeah.
That'd probably be a good idea, considering they're going on hiatus.
Yeah, let us know when.
I think they usually do on Talking Dead, yeah.
Pay attention then. I will pay attention this coming Sunday. I will watch both shows. Did they mention they're going to have a surprise guest or no?
No, surprisingly.
Okay.
But maybe they realize that gives away stuff.
Yeah. More than you don't want to miss the next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
Oh my God. I still can't believe they did that.
Yeah, that was classless. I heard about that and I was like, we were already talking about how they pander and how it's like I think you guys have said this a couple of times, maybe more than a couple, that if they would just do right, the people would follow. But to not do right, but to throw a little sweetener out there, that was just taking shortcuts, doing stuff the wrong way as opposed to doing it right.
Makes no sense.
And cheating, really, because you're telling them, okay, you got to come back tomorrow.
Exactly. It's like what ABC does, and they're like, don't miss the last minute of How to Get Away with Murder. I'm like, shut up. Like, I'm going to watch it and not watch the last minute.
But you know what? That's a good point, because when ABC does it, I don't mind.
It's stupid because it's cheap.
But you're right. I didn't see it until you just showed it to me, though. Like, every time I watch How to Get Away with Murder, and they like, you gonna love the last 3 seconds. I'm like, okay, that's telling me something. But for some reason, when AMC did, I was like, oh, that's just classless. How dare you tell us?
I'm gonna watch your show. Stop being cheap. Stupid.
Hey, okay, well, then I thought it was to do with this, so okay. I guess that's fair. It's not just AMC. Wow.
Well, you guys, I need to get going.
All righty. See you guys next week.